when last the Mahtomedi Zephyrs and the White Bear Lake Bears took to the ice, it was 2019. The Zephyrs took a 2-0 lead into the third period before 3 goals back for the White Bear Lake Bears gave the Bears the overtime victory that night in November of 2019. Now in a different world, in a different climate, and in a different high school atmosphere, finally the Zephyrs and the Bears are able to engage in the Battle of White Bear Lake once again. With Allison Westad, I'm Alex Westad here from the White Bear Sports Center. And Allie, when we talked with these two teams 2 years ago, they were in very different places. As we get congratulations there, as Alex and Allison Westad married back in September. That's very nice of David and everybody in the truck. Thanks, we appreciate that. But when last we talked about these two teams and when we had conversations about these two teams, both teams in periods of transition. Those periods of transitions still have extended a little bit here. And one thing we notice in the rosters, youth paramount on both teams.
Yeah, both teams have a lot of really young kids on their team, and you know, a few 8th graders on each team, a lot of freshmen. So they're still in that transition stage. And of course, back in 2019, White Bear Lake had Calla Frank, which was huge in net for them. And so now they have Maya Martson. And so, you know, still kind of a transition time, but it's great for these young players to get this experience as they become upperclassmen.
As the puck is dropped, we're underway here from White Bear Sports Center. Zephyrs in their road blue uniforms, the Bears in newly released white uniforms as they'll gain the attacking zone blue line. Knocked back out through center. One thing that we want to talk about, and we made reference of the last time that we called these two teams together as a rush into the attacking zone, knocked off the stick of Amanda Smythe into the attacking zone. Play made back through neutral ice the other way. For White Bear Lake, you had Calla Frank, who committed to Minnesota State Mankato and is now the starting goaltender for the Mavericks. You had Sydney Sheeran as well, who now plays center for the Minnesota Golden Gophers. The Division I commits on that team were significant, and you can tell how it's played out on the ice. There's a chance back the other way. Haley Dawn to the attacking zone, denied by a good closeout. Back the other way by Victoria Nelson for Mahtomedi. But for White Bear Lake, building this program back up is going to be important as a second chance effort. Score! Following to the net, Gabby Hofeld lights the lamp, and the Bears take a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, it was a great follow-up there, just to crash the net, get that dirty goal. Rebound, she had a wide open net to shoot out in her backhand and had made no mistake and put it right in there on this young goaltender that they have in net for Mahtomedi.
So Gabby Hofeld, the leading returning scorer with 7 goals a season to go in the 2020-21 campaign, and you said it yourself, Allie, she just followed right back up to the net, cleaned up a rebound. 3 good shots there for White Bear Lake. And if they talk about building the program back up, plays like that certainly will do that.
Yeah, most definitely that'll help build confidence as they, start off right away within the first minute, getting a goal, opening up their season. That's just going to help them build confidence.
Puck controlled by White Bear Lake on their own defensive end. Annika Norman left back further again for Aubrey Deagle as the Bears try to carry back out the other way. 4-15 a year ago, 4-14 in conference. The lone game for Suburban East teams came in section playoffs for White Bear Lake. A tough test against the Hill Murray Pioneers, a 6-0 loss the last time, which White Bear Lake took to the ice back last March. Possession now for White Bear Lake. The captain, Annika Norman, brings it back in, will go back into the defensive end. On the other side for the Mahtomedi Zephyrs under Bill Mauricio, a team that won their first playoff game against North Tartan, a game that the two of us called together, and then fell to a very strong South St. Paul squad in the section semifinals in Section 4A. They too in a period of transition where the teams that we know from the past 4 years, those players are gone. And so for the Mahtomedi Zephyrs and Bill Mauricio in his 6th season, it's a chance for the Zephyrs to rebuild back up a program that's been consistent as any in the East Metro.
Yeah, most definitely. And like I said, they have a really young goaltender in net. I mean, she's only an 8th grader, and so, you know, they're going to get 5 years out of her, which is huge for a program to have confidence in a goalie that young and keep building her up.
Zephyrs into the attacking zone. Sydney King, a right-handed shot on goal, save made by the goaltender Maya Marston, who holds on. Starting goaltenders for tonight. On the opposite end of our vantage point for White Bear Lake, Maya Marston a year ago got 16 decisions, 2-14, a goals against average of .335 and a save percentage of .895. And on the near side, first career start for the 8th grader, Caitlin Galeazzi. As an 8th grader, and of course, unfortunately for Caitlin, tough go to give up, but certainly a bright career ahead of her. Odd, too, both starting goaltenders rostered from a year ago for the Mahtomedi Zephyrs, not on the roster this year. So something to watch as that program continues to develop. Back in the defensive zone. Nice takeaway taken here by Karen Miller. Miller trying the shot and goal. Backhanded into the slot, and it's taken again on the opposite outrush here by Tally Domshaw. Domshaw tried to carry the puck back in further, tied up near the blue line. Very physical play today. This is the first game, the opening game of the high school league season. And it's been a little bit sloppy at times, especially physical in the Mahtomedi defensive end.
Yeah, you're going to get that in your first game of the season. Everything's going to be a little bit sloppy as everyone tries to get their game timing back, get their hands back, get the passing down. You're filling out new players, too, also on your team, especially when you have players as young as 8th grade. And so, it's just going to be a learning process. And then as this game goes on, I would expect the play to start cleaning up a little bit.
One of 20 games ongoing here tonight as we'll get our first power play. The opportunity that'll go to the way to the Mahtomedi Zephyrs. One of 20 games across the Minnesota State High School League landscape on opening night 2021. We're glad you've chosen this one for your viewing tonight. Puck to be touched by White Bear Lake at some point to draw the penalty time. The official in the defensive end was the one who called it. Still tied up in the slot, still battling for it, and loose. Marston has to reach out for it. And we'll have a whistle and see what the penalty is.
I'm not quite sure. I didn't see it all, so I just kind of saw Zephyr just kind of fall a little bit awkwardly, almost like in slow-mo, so we'll have to see if it's a tripping call or what.
Zephyrs heading to the power play for the first time. I believe I saw the sign for the rough, so it'll be Haley Daw who will go off. 2 minutes for roughing here for Mahtomedi. Their power play a year ago, 14.5% on the power play. One thing to watch for the Zephyrs, 7 short-handed goals given up in the 2021 season. White Bear Lake, on the other hand, killed out 87.9% and had 3 shorthanded goals in their own right. That's a great way to start the penalty kill for White Bear Lake. That's a sent down the length of the ice by Kendall Rosser. Possession gotten to here by Gabby Hofeld, the goal scorer so far for White Bear Lake. All the way back to the blue line. Maddie Belisle brings it around the end boards where it can come all the way to the near side. Zephyrs trying to communicate to see who will get to it. Nice stick lift made by Celia Spence to be able to keep that play alive. Spence, one of the leading goal scorers from a year ago. For the White Bear Lake Bears, had 3. Into the attacking zone on the penalty time here. Karen Miller. There's 1:19 and counting remaining here on the power play time. Back to the blue line. Quinn Whitehead arrested shot through, and it got handcuffed there in the slot. Another chance back on the shorthand side. It goes all the way to the blue line near the Mahtomedi Zephyr defensive blue line. Cleared back out. Sydney King lost the puck in the corner as they'll tie up into the skates there of Annika Norman. Still loose near the half wall and instead rung back all the way around further once again for Norman. Annika Norman on a turnover. Gave it over to Karen Miller. Miller working behind the net, centering pass in front. Marston makes a save. She'll hold on. And we'll get another face-off. 11:46 remaining first period. 45 seconds remaining on the first power play of the year for the Mahtomedi Zephyrs.
Yeah, White Bear Lake doing a good job on the penalty kills so far, keeping that puck to the outside, not really giving up some grade A opportunities to Mahtomedi.
This Mahtomedi Zephyrs team a year ago averaged 2.1 goals per game. They averaged 22.5 shots on goal per game. Both stats need to improve for the Mahtomedi Zephyrs as they look to contend in a very strong Metro East Conference. The goaltending, however, held for Mahtomedi last year.
Yeah, you're not going to win a lot of games only scoring 2 goals per game. You're expecting your goalie then to only give up, only 1. And so
on the other side, they were giving up 3 goals a game as well. And so something to watch as well for Mahtomedi. Puck carried back through center. Good clearance here by White Bear Lake. 6 seconds remaining on the power play time as it's sent back down. And a pretty strong penalty kill for White Bear Lake to start. Abby Hansen tried a backhand shot. Save made by Maya Marston. Loose back through the blue paint, back the other way as it'll come here to the near side. Ava Johnson will try to send it down, but then fan on the clearing attempt. Back the other way, Zephyrs recontrol. Charlie Irvine left it further for Abby Hansen, who rings it around the corner boards, where it can be gotten to all the way to the far side again for Julia Fusi. Battling for it near the half wall. Tilges with a shot missed wide to the left as they'll go all the way here back to the opposite side blue line. Good hold here for the Mahtomedi Zephyrs after the first goal by Gabby Hofeld. Lots of pressure spent and time being spent for Mahtomedi on the other end of the ice. A lot of zone time for the Zephyrs.
Yeah, power plays will do that for you. Even if you don't score goals, if you can get some sustained pressure, and that'll definitely help you pick up the pace. And as you can see here, this power play is kind of starting to pay off for them.
Phase out again, still tied up behind the corner. Gotten to by Gabby Hofeld. Hofeld starts it out here through neutralized. Tried to spring a pass further into the attacking zone for Kendall Rosser, but instead taken the other way by Rachel Fusi. Turnover. Back in a short angle here. Tried to lift it high. Good chance for Kendall Rosser. Instead, tied up near the half wall. White Bear Lake will hold possession here on the near side. Again, our vantage point here from the White Bear Sports Center for the broadcast crew is directly behind the end at which White Bear Lake shoots twice. So some of that far side, the White Bear Lake goal will be more difficult to see, so we'll apologize in advance. As a whistle will come here as Marston will stop the puck. 9:31 remaining here, first period. Shots on goal, Zephyrs 4, White Bear Lake 2. And really it came from a pretty good power play for Mahtomedi.
Yeah, they definitely started to get some more sustained pressure, and you can tell that they were feeding off of that after the White Bear Lake killed that penalty. So it was a good, helped them put their foot on the gas a little bit.
Off the draw, back through center. Puck can be taken back here by Alexi Jensen. Jensen tries to ring it back down in. Now it's carried further by Victoria Nelson. The lone goal scorer so far is that of Gabby Hofeld. White Bear Lake leading Mahtomedi 1-0 here at the White Bear Sports Center. Zephyrs a year ago 7-12, 4-6-0 in the Metro East Conference play, as White Bear Lake showing some more physicality. Willie Howard tried to send it further back on in, and a great forecheck there delivered by Smythe. As the puck carried by Victoria Nelson back down the lines again will change for Mahtomedi. Near the half wall. Puck can be taken and then all the way around again. It's tied near the White Bear Lake defensive zone blue line. Still battling for it here one side at a time here. Sydney King. First to it along the goal line. Tried to send it back out in front for Bankston. Shot from a sharp angle, does not hit target, and it's reset once more by White Bear Lake. Hansen to the left-hand side and missed. Lila Beck on the backhand clearing attempt. Madison Loberg at the blue line will send it back out, but Mahtomedi seems to have shifted the ice back the other way. Forecheck delivered nicely by Amanda Smythe, and the Zephyrs will recut back through center. Abby Hansen further up ahead to Sydney King on the right side of wing. Further into the attacking zone as the Bears try to clear the zone and start getting a rush back on target the other way. Into the skates. Quinn Whitehead. Down the length of the ice slowly. Recovered first by Haley Dahl for the Bears. Back through center. And then down once more. Reset back the other way. And then dump back in the White Bear Lake end. 7:27 remaining here, first period. 1-0 White Bear Lake leads as Marston will reach and hold on and make the glove save.
After that power play, Mahtomedi has really tilted the ice in their favor. Marston there helping her team out, getting a whistle, getting so that way her team can get a change.
Both of these teams, a trend that you'll notice, when they were leading after the first period, the teams tended to favor better. White Bear Lake, their only period last year with a non-negative goal differential came in the first, where last year they scored 10, they conceded 10. Otherwise, the other two periods, the second and the third, they conceded far more than they gave up. Into the attacking zone, nice shot block delivered there by Gabby Hofeld as the puck will be taken all the way back into the corner. To the near side half wall. Run all the way around and past Rachel Fusi again, where it's tied up once more into the corner boards. Hosfeld battling for the puck for White Bear Lake as the Bears trying to clear it back out. It's still tied up again, and another nice stick play made by the Bears captain, number 19, Annika Norman, down in the defensive zone. Back to the blue line, was looking for a pass there of Quinn Whitehead, still loose near the top of the circle there, and now the Bears, with a good recovery, able to start back the other way. Lily Howard gave away further for Madison Lee. Lee did a great job to hold the edge, but could not hold the puck back into the attacking zone the other way. Ava Johnson able to force a turnover. Lila Beck. Beck will have to cut back. Denied there by Sydney King as it's fought for by the officials' crease. Reset here, Amanda Smythe. 6:05 remaining here, first period. Bears 1, Zephyrs 0. White Bear Lake looking to start again out of their defensive end. Ava Johnson battled for it center. And Mahtomedi will reset once more in their defensive zone. Kate Curran up ahead for Haley Moosbrugger. Moosbrugger into the attacking zone from the right side circle. Moosbrugger tried a couple of toe drags, taken to the corner boards. Will tie up. Puck will come here to the near side. Lila Beck to start the rush back the other way. Tried to get a pass further up ahead for Talia Domshot. Now into the attacking zone as it's gone to by Ava Johnson. Johnson fanned on the first attempt, still loose off the side of the cage and battled for there. The arm of the official behind the net stays up, as there's certainly, at least from our vantage point, but we have the advantage of being able to see it, certainly some sticks in areas where they should not have been for both sides. Down the length of the ice, Zephyrs will race to it. Aspen Tilges, an 8th grader, one of 2 8th graders on this roster. In fact, of the roster that the Mahtomedi Zephyrs have, 6 of the 15 skaters currently on the Mahtomedi Zephyr roster, as there's a little bit of more extracurriculars behind the play as well. 6 of the 15 skaters dressed for tonight are not yet sophomores. And there's a good chance on the short side. A little bit of battling again behind the net. The officials will choose to allow. On the clearing attempt back into the zone. 4:39 remaining here, first period, 1-0. The White Bear Lake Bears lead over the Mahtomedi Zephyrs. Lexi Jensen battling down and low with Gabby Hofeld in the corner. Working her way out in front through the blue paint. Great chance by Lily Howard. Abby Hansen trying to start the rush back out on the Bears, starting to get some attacking zone time. Lily Howard will send it back in. Resetting Lexi Jensen, the junior defender. Jensen, long stretch pass off of the stick of Lily Howard, so icing waved off. And after a long period of time in which White Bear Lake spent it in their own defensive end, a pretty good couple of shifts there for the Bears.
Yeah, it was a good answer back by White Bear Lake to start tilting the ice back in their favor there to even out this game a little bit more.
Through neutral. Off the skate of Kate Curran, and then recovered into the slot defensively by the Zephyrs' Quinn Whitehead. Whitehead bothered defensively on a great forecheck play by Madeline Lee. Lee centering pass into the slot, able to get to it here from a short angle, and a good save made by Galizzi. Great play in the shot made by Talia Domshop. A great save made by the 8th grade goaltender for the Mahtomedi Zephyrs. Puck back down the length of the ice. First to it, Annika Norman. Norman uses the corner boards to ring it out, but it's held in nicely at the blue line by Quinn Whitehead. Shot through, hit the goaltender Marston before it's still played in the corner. Rung around as his Bears try to clear the zone back through to center. Kate Curran to recover at her own blue line. Pass further up ahead into the skates of Karen Miller. Forechecking has been persistent by White Bear Lake. It's been almost one man on the puck carrier at all times, and it's worked well for White Bear Lake to cause some turnovers.
Yeah, it has so far. When you put pressure on, especially if you're going up against a younger kid, you know, they're gonna make mistakes. They're gonna turn over the puck. It's when you sit back and kind of let them do whatever you want that you start to get in trouble.
Face off at neutral ice, 2:58 remaining here in the first period. You saw the stat on your screen. Mahtomedi just one win a season ago when trailing after the first period. But with a new season comes new opportunities and a chance for the Zephyrs and the Bears to change their fortunes of late. On a forecheck. Tied up into the corner again, Lexi Jensen. Victoria Nelson off the half wall as the Bears able to hold possession here. Celia Spence into the slot. Great block by Lexi Jensen with the skate for the Mahtomedi Zephyrs. Spence try to go further for Hofeld. Another nice play by Jensen. Shot through traffic. Redirection out in front. Was looking for Gabby Hofeld. Puck recovered by Kendall Rosser as the Zephyrs will be able to send the puck back through neutral ice. Lila Beck in her own defensive end. Haley Daw as it go off of her stick back into the defensive end for White Bear Lake. Bears and Zephyrs here for the first time since 2019. An overtime classic at the St. Croix Valley Rec Center back in November of 2019. Zephyrs had a 2-0 lead entering the third period for the Bears. Scored twice in the third and once in overtime to win that game back in November of 2019. Face-off coming to the right of Marston. Here with a minute 59 remaining in the period. Allison Westat with myself, Alex Westat, here on the call of this one. We're glad you've joined us here on this Thursday. Quick chance on a shot there by Charlie Irvine. Goes all the way to the near side corner. It's one thing that we've mentioned over the course of the first 15 minutes of the game. The physicality between these two teams has been a little bit more than what we're used to seeing for girls high school hockey. Perhaps rivalry game, perhaps first game jitters, but it is certainly something that's been playing a significant role in the game.
See, and I don't think it's any more physical than other games. Girls hockey is deceptively physical that a lot of people tend to miss. And yeah, there has been some extracurriculars kind of behind the play here and there, but also to be expected.
Norman into the attacking zone, creates some space on the right side, hit the side of the net with a shot there. There's a little tie up here, working along the goal line to a knee, tried a toe drag, but unable to finish it off that time was Amanda Smythe. Wonderful play made by the forward for White Bear Lake. Near the blue line, held in Talia Damshot. Run all the way around behind the Mahtomedi net by Quinn Whitehead. Kate Curran. Puck bothered here again as it's sent in front by Smythe. Smythe, and another good chance on as it sailed just calmly through the blue paint. Near the half wall. Zephyrs will take it away here. Victoria Nelson. Nelson in the last 30 seconds of the period. Victoria Nelson on a toe drag, tried to send one out in front, but instead gets the rebound back at the goal line. Tilges, wristed shot through. Marston makes the save. Nice shot from Haley Moosebrugger at the top of the point. She'll hold on for a face-off.
Yeah, some good back and forth action here late in the period. Both teams are definitely pushing, getting some good chances, and are not backing down.
Face off to the right of the goaltender Marston. As it'll be Rachel Fusi to take the draw for the Mahtomedi Zephyrs, and Gabby Hofeld for White Bear Lake. It's won by Fusi. All the way back to the blue line now, Tilges. Tilges to the right side. This one will skitter down into the Mahtomedi end. The official on the near side waves off icing. And so back to it here will be Moosebrugger. Moosebrugger battling for it with Celia Spence. One last chance here, Victoria Nelson. Now 2 seconds, will carry it to the half wall. Chooses to eat the rest of the first period. And for White Bear Lake, an early goal scored by Gabby Hofeld. The difference so far in this one, in a period where it felt like Mahtomedi had the better of the chances, but chances only get you so much when it's goals what you're looking for.
Yeah, I think White Bear Lake made a good pushback in later in the period here to start evening out the ice a little bit more. Shots
on target in that first period in favor of the Mahtomedi Zephyrs. We'll come back. We'll talk about the first period in just a few moments. 1-0. White Bear Lake leads over the Mahtomedi Zephyrs with Allison Westhead. I'm Alex Westhead here on your home for Zephyr and Bear hockey.
You know, a lot of people say when you're going somewhere, you don't want to look back. But I beg to differ. For her to see her father celebrate his graduation, it's the best feeling in the world. I can't lie and say it was easy. But sometimes you just have to stop everything and take it in. I looked at everything in a different light. And I realized it started with me going back and getting my high school diploma.
Hi, I'm Vivica Fox. For more than 100 years, American Humane has been rescuing animals during hurricanes, floods, and wildfires. But Mother Nature isn't the only danger animals face. Sometimes it's human nature. Every year, 6 million animals are abandoned and more than 1 million are euthanized. You can be a hero to animals in need of rescue and adoption at AmericanHumane.org.
I am the father of a 9-year-old little girl and a 6-year-old little boy, and I find fatherhood both relentlessly challenging and relentlessly rewarding. Both of our children came to us in amazing ways. My daughter is biological and my son is adopted. I love them both so much, from the morning when you wake up to putting them to bed at night, and every moment in between. It really is so special, and boy, is it exhausting. One thing that I fear about being a parent is the future for my children, because I think a parent's job is to protect our children, but also prepare them for the world so they become good, kind human beings. But I'm also hopeful that the future holds a more inclusive and compassionate world for them, and I know that they're going to make the world a better place.
STEM is the discipline of hard numbers, precise, no margin for error.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to get messy, or just mess it up. Dare to program something internet-breaking, record-breaking. Dare to blow their minds. Dare to try. Dare to fail. Dare to keep daring. Dare to learn the difference between organic, sedimentary, and non-foliated metamorphic rock. Get outside, find those rocks. Dare to be homeroom famous, a high school fable. Dare to send those old STEM theories flying past the neighbor's house into outer space. And for the love of STEM, dare bigger. Dare to code, dare to invent, dare to explore, dare to STEM. Check out Chic and STEM to get started.
The Asian longhorn beetle is eating holes in our trees. Perfectly round holes in trees across our region. The Asian longhorn beetle is destroying our trees, literally eating them right where they stand. Look for holes in your trees. By keeping an eye out, we can put an end to the Asian longhorn beetle and help keep our trees safe. Report the Asian longhorn beetle. Call or go online at asianlonghornbeetle.com.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
After a brief pause and stay at the Vadnais Sports Center, White Bear Lake girls hockey returned home here to the White Bear Sports Center just back in the 2018-19 season. And the Bears at home entertaining a 1-0 lead over the Mahtomedi Zephyrs here in this one. With Allison Westhead, I'm Alex Westhead. And Allison, we saw a period here in which White Bear Lake got the first goal, but it felt like Mahtomedi carried much of the play in that first period.
I think during the first half, the Zephyrs definitely carried more of the play. Here's the goal there. Great follow-up play, just cleaning up the garbage in front of the net. White Bear Lake took that penalty, and then the Zephyrs definitely capitalized it, turned the momentum in their favor. I think towards the end of the period, White Bear Lake started to push back again. I think one thing to watch out for as we move into these later periods is White Bear Lake's shorter bench. Their defense, they only have 13 skaters. They probably have 4 girls on D, and I think that might hurt them as down the stretch.
Gabby Hofeld, the score for the White Bear Lake Bears. You see the shots on target, 6-4 in favor of White Bear Lake in the period. The power play time, it was just the one, but you mentioned that there was physicality in the game as well, some chippiness behind the play. Do you expect that to evolve at all over the course of the next 17 minutes?
Yeah, I think that'll continue to happen, and then depending on what happens here, players can start getting frustrated. They can't start putting the puck in the net. So I would expect that to continue and maybe even evolve even farther depending on what happens.
Gabby Hofeld, her first of the season, and she had 7 a year ago for White Bear Lake. The Bears towards the bottom of the Suburban East, a very top-heavy Suburban East. Stillwater, Forest Lake, Creek-Durham Hall, Roseville, Eastridge, and Moundsview all expect to be in that conversation in the Suburban East, specifically Stillwater. And the way that the Roseville Raiders, too, have improved their program, they should be certainly in the conversation, not just in the Suburban East, but in a very now difficult Section 4 AA with the addition of the Gentry Academy Stars. For the Mahtomedi Zephyrs, as always in a very also top-heavy Suburban East Conference, South St. Paul, Simley, Hill, Murray at the top of the table in the Suburban East. And as always, those same teams, the Packers, the Spartans, the Pioneers, and the Zephyrs expect to be in that conversation. But don't worry about North Tartan either. They're going to be in that conversation too. And certainly some strong things to see out of the TNT as time goes on. 1-0 Bears lead the Mahtomedi Zephyrs at the first intermission. This is your home for White Bear Lake and Mahtomedi girls hockey.
There is a road laid out for me.
Boxes everywhere. And this is gonna be Addie's room.
I think
you're really gonna like it.
I hope so. Yeah.
I know this road is there for me. There is a long way.
First night here, but Amy seems cool.
Waist down by the river. I am blind, but I need not see.
I got this.
I if I'm really free. Take me down to the river and wash me.
Every day.
Millions of people are connecting.
And even though we're overcoming obstacles,
watching each other's backs,
and banding together.
we should still make an effort.
We should still make an effort.
to get to know each other.
On a deeper level.
Father,
Cosplayer.
Mentor.
Actor.
it's time we take a step forward
It's time we take a step forward.
Come together
and discover
How accepting our differences
can make us stronger.
People do some pretty cool things in their 40s and 50s. Why should saving for retirement be any different? I mean, they go back to college, learn new instruments, start skateboarding. Okay, maybe that one's not for everybody, but saving for retirement is. With aceyourretirement.org, you can get on track with your retirement savings no matter your age. Just have a 3-minute chat with Avo, the friendly digital retirement coach from AARP. You'll get personalized recommendations based on your input that are easy to understand and work with your lifestyle. It's quick, easy, and free. Plus, it's sponsored by AARP, so you know they got your back.
Woohoo! Gnarly move, Dad.
Thanks, sweetie.
So wherever you are in your retirement savings journey, head to aceyourretirement.org and start chatting with Avo today. That's aceyourretirement.org.
When I left the military, I was excited for a fresh start, but civilian life has been harder than I thought it would be. Figuring out a new career while also being a good mom, wife, and friend.
Go to your room!
Some days I'm barely keeping my head above water. To get back to enjoying life again, I needed to get help. Opening up to someone was a big step for me. I feel like I'm heading in the right direction. Discover how other women veterans like me have learned to thrive after military service by taking care of themselves and their mental health. Visit maketheconnection.net/womenveterans.
Hey guys, it's me, Isabella Gomez, filling in for Smokey Bear because he's got more to say than just...
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Like, if you're outside enjoying a barbecue, don't let a hamburger distract you from fire safety. Make sure you aren't dumping your hot coals or ashes onto the ground because that could start a wildfire. So take wildfire prevention seriously and let's save the world one day at a time. Juntos con Smokey Bear, podemos hacerlo. Go to smokeybear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
Opening night here in the State High School League for girls high school hockey in 2021-22 finds the White Bear Lake Bears leading the Mahtomedi Zephyrs by a score of 1-0 over those same Mahtomedi Zephyrs. With Allison Wested, I'm Alex Wested. As we get set for the start of period number 2, the period of the long change, you mentioned in our intermission that the depth of the Mahtomedi bench perhaps could provide an opportunity and advantage for them in this period of the long change.
Yeah, most definitely. White Bear Lake's going to really have to watch their legs, make sure they keep their shift short and not overextending their shifts. You know, that can really hurt you in the long run when you think, no, I'm just going to stay out here, give the other person extra rest, and that usually ends up backfiring.
That describes perfectly the adult playing career of one Allison Wested. Out of town scoreboard here on this opening night. 20 contests across the Minnesota State High School League and over. The Huskies in Class 2A seem to be a favorite in that Class 2A again. They lead 2-0 over Benilde St. Margaret's and the Scarlet Knights up in Andover. Other scores, the Packers of South St. Paul and the Eastview Lightning from Apple Valley scoreless. Otherwise, no other scores to be reported of yet on this opening night. The only other game that is of importance to a team in this region is that of North Tartan playing at Eastridge and the Eastridge Raptors to open up their season here tonight. The Zephyrs set at the near side bench as the Mahtomedi Zephyrs and the White Bear Lake Bears look to get started here in the start of period number 2. The one advantage, and perhaps really if you wanted to argue it, the one challenge about broadcasting games with your wife is that she gives you these looks that you know is just going to just get you going. Just get you going just a little bit.
What are you talking about?
We are ready and set for the start of period number 2. Upcoming schedules for the White Bear Lake Bears and the Mahtomedi Zephyrs as the two teams have returned to the ice. The next 3 contests, as you see again, the goaltender Caitlin Galazi, the starting goaltender, as an 8th grader for the Mahtomedi Zephyrs, her first career start so far. In that first period, 1 goal allowed on 6 total shots. The upcoming contest for White Bear Lake, they'll be at Rogers next week, home to Roseville as well. And then a home-and-home series with the Irondale St. Anthony Knights on the 23rd and the 24th. There's Elsa Shorey, formerly Elsa Brussel, who leads and has records in White Bear Lake girls high school hockey history. In her 3rd season, 8-35-1. Again, trying to build this program back up into being one of the state contenders. And on the other side, Bill Mauricio, his 6th season as head coach of the Zephyrs, 63-56-8 in his 6 seasons. Trying his very much the same way to make it past and over an opponent like a South St. Paul or a St. Paul United. The 2 teams switch ends. White Bear Lake will shoot to the left side. Mahtomedi will shoot to the right. After puck has dropped, and we are underway here for period number 2. Zephyrs trying to gain possession here into the attacking zone on the White Bear Lake side. Carried in by the right side, well off sides at center is Rachel Fusi on the face-off at neutral ice upcoming. It would be a trend to continue for Mahtomedi as they carried much of the play. The shots on goal represent that White Bear Lake had a lead in that category 6-4 after the first period of play. But Mahtomedi certainly the better of play in that period. Held in down. Puck taken back here. Maddie Bilal tries to clear. Loosen the skates and the equipment back through to center as the Zephyrs try to regain the attacking zone blue line. It's sent in nicely by Rachel Fusi and all the way around where it can be gathered up by White Bear Lake's number 19, Annika Norman. Norman try to put a centering pass on the left-hand side on the breakout for Talia Damsha. Damsha centering pass out in front. A great interception back the other way by Fusi as the Zephyrs will look to reset their attack through neutral ice. Goes off the stick there of Lila Beck, so icing is waved off. Norman with assistance from Marston as the Zephyrs will change their lines. Through neutral, another long pass further up ahead to Celia Spence on the left side. Spence denied entry and she'll fall down as a result of it. Hofeld tying up behind the play as the Zephyrs look to clear the zone back out. Spun around, blocked out in front of a nice play made by the Zephyr defense by Quinn Whitehead. Through neutral, Haley Daw holds the zone before it's battled here again near the half side wall. Daw holding the attacking zone and a nice block made by the defender for the Zephyrs, Charlie Irvine. Here through neutral. Back in the defensive zone. Got to here by Tilgis as they'll battle for it here. Still near the half wall. Now the Bears able to clear the zone back out. Still near the blue line. We mentioned the first period. There's a little bit of sloppiness back and forth that went both ways. It seems to have settled out as both teams have settled into the rhythm of a high school league game.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it always just takes, that first period to kind of get your hands and feet back to figure out what the pace of play is and just get your timing down.
These teams have been practicing since just last week as a shot from the slot off the stick of Elena Hosfeld is held in. Sent further back along now for Haley Daw, who spins and tries to get a shot on. Nice job at the blue line by Lila Beck to hold the attacking zone. Trying to start a break before Daw does a great job of back checking and forcing that play to go back the other way. Lily Howard. Howard into the corner. Tried a centering pass in front. Comes here to the near side. Knocked off the stick there by Riley Bogren. And still the Zephyrs trying to clear the puck back out. Able to do so now through center. Neutral ice. Annika Norman sent it further in again for Madeline Lee. Reset as Galazi will have to make a play. Lost it in her equipment and she'll hold on for a face-off back in the Zephyr end. 13:59 remaining, second period, with the Bears leading 1-0 over Mahtomedi.
Yeah, so far neither team really seems to have control of this period. It's been a lot of neutral zone play and kind of back and forth.
Face-off won by White Bear Lake. We'll go all the way to the right side half wall. Karen Miller looking to start a rush back the other way. The leading returning goal scorer for the Zephyrs with 11 goals a season ago for Mahtomedi. Turned it over again. Zephyrs trying to look out. There's a big collision there, and the arm of the referee will be up as the body check delivered by Amanda Smythe. That'll send the Zephyrs to the power play for the second time. The elbow will be the official call. Penalty coming at 3:22.
Yeah, she definitely got her elbow up there. She kind of chicken winged it up. There we go. And that's an easy call for the ref to make every time.
So the second power play chance for the Mahtomedi Zephyrs. Their power play percentage a year ago, 14.5. Bears killed power plays at 87.9% of the time. The big stat from before, 7 shorthanded goals conceded by the Mahtomedi Zephyrs a season ago. And another great start to the penalty kill for White Bear Lake as Maddie Belisle will send it down the length of the ice. Caitlin Galese able to play it and now started it back the other way. Lost an edge that time, did Miller. Reset here in the attacking zone. Victoria Nelson. Nelson trying the wraparound, trying to feed back out in front for Rachel Fusi. Great job at the blue line to hold it here. Tilges. Sent back in off the end boards. Cleared further along by Maddie Belisle to the near side half wall and flung down the length of the ice by Talia Domshot. Great penalty killing shifts here for White Bear Lake early.
Yeah, White Bear Lake's looked really good on the tail. They've been able to keep Mahtomedi to the outside, and here we go again.
We have another penalty behind the play. And the player in question, Gabby Hofeld, looking for it. It'll be a roughing call. It'll go against Hofeld. So a 5-on-3 opportunity now for the Mahtomedi Zephyrs. And it was behind the play where it happened. You saw the conversation, perhaps because Hofeld thought that the Zephyr who had tangled up with her behind the Zephyr net should have been penalized as well, but just the one penalty coming for White Bear Lake.
Yeah, and you can plead your case as much as you want to the ref, but I can tell you're going to lose that battle every single time.
So the face-off to the right of the goaltender, Maya Marston. Time of the penalty will be 4:09. It'll be 5-on-3 for 1:14 here for the Mahtomedi Zephyrs. Face-off again to the right of Marston. One by the Zephyrs, held in and worked down low further by Abby Hansen. Hansen behind the net. Hansen cutting back to the near side, goes for the blue line. Nice give and go play made there. Hansen tried a centering pass in front off the stick of the goaltender Marston. Hansen, top of the circle, shot on, saved by Marston.
Once again, starting to get a little chippy here. As we talked about in this game here during the intermission, that this was probably going to just continue to increase as the game goes on. So far, good penalty kill by White Bear Lake, and as they say, your goaltender has to be the best penalty killer, and so far she stood tall.
Face-off won by Mahtomedi. They'll hold the zone on a nice forecheck delivered there by Ava Johnson. They'll still tie up, and the physicality continues behind the play on the other side. Held in here now. Shot from Moosbrugger, rings it around. Victoria Nelson back to the blue line. Here 36 seconds remaining in the 5-on-3. Victoria Nelson into the glove of Marston, who holds on. And if you're White Bear Lake, you certainly can see the argument that's being made as far as the behind the whistle stuff that's been called, or hasn't been called both ways. And you can see that back and forth that's been ongoing. Shot blocked on a nice play by Celia Spence. Held in here by Mahtomedi at the blue line. 24 seconds remaining on the 5-on-3. Reset to the opposite side half wall, Victoria Nelson. Gaining speed now, Rachel Fusi at the top of the slot. Moosbrugger from the circle, fanned on it, and it can be cleared briefly before all the way back to the blue line. Chance through, a blocker save by Marston. Recovered down low, Victoria Nelson. Nelson tries to ring it around, whistle blows, nets off. We'll get a whistle and a stoppage. 2 seconds remaining on the 5-on-3. Face-off will remain inside the zone. On last night's broadcast of Minnesota Wild Hockey, the assistant captain, Marcus Foligno, said go north into the zone, east and west once you get in it. The Zephyrs there, pretty good movement around that umbrella for the Zephyr power play.
Yeah, definitely. They've had some good movement with the puck, especially with the 5-on-3. But of course, they weren't able to capitalize on those chances. And here comes White Bear Lake back now with a shorthanded chance.
Maddie Belisle with a chance, shorthanded As it's still tied up here near the neutral zone, and in on a break here, Riley Bogren unable to get it, and now she'll be taken down, and that's, you talk about a young White Bear Lake Bears team, there's that youth right there, as that's a penalty on a rush you just can't take.
I don't know, I feel like it's a little bit of a weak call, to be honest. I feel like that girl probably should have been stronger on her skates, but that's just my opinion. White Bear Lake, the biggest thing here is they need to remember to keep calm. They can't be retaliating. You can see there's some frustration there, and so hopefully they can keep their cool. I mean, yeah, I guess a hook.
Celia Spence with the penalty time coming here to the near side. As it's 5-on-3 time just for 14 more seconds. Shot through traffic. Marston reaches out, and she'll make a glove save. And for teams in Mahtomedi and White Bear Lake that are not conference rivals by any means, they don't really play each other in any sport except for soccer on occasion, lacrosse. Lacrosse is the big one. Are you surprised at all that the rivalry seems to be going on between the two teams here? There's a shot on goal saved by Marston off of a quick shot delivered by Kate Curran. But the rivalry seems to be ramping up between these two.
Yeah, most definitely, and who knows, with the COVID year last year and teams not being able to get to play as much, it also could be contributing to it too. You know, you're just excited to get on the ice and see some different opponents than what you did the previous year, and you know, this could just be part of it.
Face off to the left, the right of the goaltender Maya Marston. Currently, the Zephyrs now 0 for 3 on the power play this evening. They've had time, they've had possession. You can certainly feel that a goal perhaps is on the way. Quinn Whitehead has her shot blocked into the stands as the faithful here in attendance. The Zephyrs on the right-hand side make a nice play, and another face-off. This one will be inside the zone. And the face-off here, 10:42 remaining, 1:31 on the power play time to Mahtomedi. Face-off to the left. Could be one here. Then sent further along. And a nice another win by Rachel Fusi. Trying a centering pass in front. Marston will have to reach out for the glove once more. And deny. Pretty good chance down and low. Rachel Fusi and Karen Miller going to work behind the goal line. And the face-off once more to the left of Marston. 1:21 remaining on power play time. Fusi wins it back. Risky shot through traffic. Marston makes another fine save. Miller left it behind on the right side, waiting for Victoria Nelson. Bears trying to carry the puck back here through center. Amanda Smythe. Smythe on a short-handed bid. This puck can be taken back away by Rachel Fusi, the junior. On the backhand, Victoria Nelson. Nelson working her way into the slot. Nelson missed the net on a good stick play made. Back the other way by the White Bear Lake Bears. Victoria Nelson. Centering pass in front. Perfect defense in the slot by Domschap. As now Smythe able to carry it back through center. Smythe had it lost in the skates of Quinn Whitehead, where it can be reset in the defensive end for the White Bear Lake Bears. And Marston lost it. In and out of the glove, and a good recovery by Marston to keep that from being a chance in the slot. Held in here by the Zephyrs, as both teams now back to full strength. As it should be, 26 seconds remaining on the power play time here to Mahtomedi. Our broadcast vantage point does not allow us to physically see the penalty time. So when those graphics are up, we are always appreciative of them. Near the Zamboni doors, Annika Norman. Norman will fling it down the length of the ice, hops over the stick of Quinn Whitehead back down, and it can be stopped by the goaltender Caitlin Galazi. Back the other way, who after a first hiccup on the first chance that she faced, Galazi has been pretty strong on the other end for the Mahtomedi Zephyrs, as icing will be called here. Now a face-off back in the Mahtomedi end with 9:05 remaining in the second period.
Another great, more great penalty kills there by White Bear Lake. Of course, Maya Martson was definitely standing tall in net there. Wasn't giving them up a lot of opportunities. She controlled the rebounds well, and then when she did have a chance, she swallowed the puck up.
It's the West Dads. Alex and Allison with you here from White Bear Sports Center. We'll be back with you on November the 30th when the Mahtomedi Zephyrs take on a new Section 4 opponent in Chisago Lakes from the St. Croix Valley Rec Center. Puck back through center as Daw will send it in on target. The Bears had touched up, so no offsides. Whistle is blown. Bears trying to hold in the attacking zone here near the White Bear Lake bench. Still battling for in the attacking zone. Kate Curran going D to D, tries to send it up further for Maddie McMahon. The senior whistle blows, And the puck will come back out through to center for the July's faceoff.
Some good push back there on White Bear Lake after they spent a lot of time, of course, in their own zone on those penalty kills. And if anything, those penalty kills are probably going to give them more energy than the power plays will give Mahtomedi.
For the Mahtomedi Zephyrs a year ago, goal differential of -7 in the second period. White Bear Lake, a goal differential of -18 in the period a season ago. Again, just 19 games played in the season for White Bear Lake last year and the 20 games for Mahtomedi. Puck back in the White Bear Lake end. Gathered up here by Madeline Lee as play tries to continue. Dahl taking advantage of a long shift for White Bear Lake will send it the length of the ice as the Bears will change. Face-off will come to the left of Marston with 7:51 remaining here in the second period. Veterans Day in the United States. As always, we are grateful for our veterans and our service. Of course, grateful for one veteran, that of Tim Vogt, my father-in-law, for his service in the military. There's a chance there for Maya Marston. Saved by the goaltender for White Bear Lake. Near the half wall. As the Bears try to clear it back out, run around, gathered up by Norman. Norman tries to send it out. Nice glove play made at the blue line by Abby Hansen to hold the zone before losing it back the other way. Zephyrs trying to carry through neutral. Into the attacking zone. Right side wing, and a shot off the stick of Victoria Nelson goes wide as it hit a stick out in front. Battling for here. One thing I've noticed, and perhaps I may be alone in this. Ooh, and a good chance there. That's exactly what I was about to bring up. I didn't think that Mahtomedi was getting to the slot and getting in the goaltender's crease as much as they needed to, and a great opportunity there. Now on the counterattack into the attacking zone. Miller working in, trying to pull it back the other way was Victoria Nelson. Victoria Nelson with a great move, but unable to capitalize on Marston. Summarize that point, though. I didn't think the Zephyrs were getting enough bodies to the slot. They almost scored a goal on that opportunity.
Yeah, White Bear Lake's been doing a great job of keeping them to the outside, but Mahtomedi needs to do a better job of crashing the net.
Marston with a glove save on Karen Miller. So a great break into the attacking zone by Victoria Nelson, stopped by Maya Marston. And on the other side, Karen Miller with a good rush into the zone and another stop for the goaltender for White Bear Lake. Face off to her right will be Sydney King, opposed by Gabby Hofeld on the draw. Hofeld wins it, sends it back. Here to the near side, Celia Spence, Hofeld. Players collide, Daw. Turn it over in the slot, but providing assistance here are the White Bear Lake Bears as they'll start a rush the other way. Spence put it further for Hofeld. Now Celia Spence into the attacking zone. Spence cutting into the slot. Spence trying to shot, and a blocker save made by Galazi. Near the half wall, as they'll battle for it. Kate Curran. Curran to gather up on her goal line. Trying to start the rush back the other way through center. Into the attacking zone, blocked off the stick there and trying to carry that in, but bothered by Daw defensively as it goes to the opposite side corner. Lila Beck looking to restart. She'll cut it back here behind her own net. 5:42 remaining here, second period. 1-0 White Bear Lake leads on Gabby Hofeld's goal inside the first 2 minutes of the first period. Kate Curran evades the forecheck delivered there by Gabby Hofeld. She'll have to cut back. Turnover from a sharp angle. Try to centering pass in front as the Zephyrs will try to clear it out once more. Abby Hansen tried to clear it out, was unable to do so. Elena Hosfeld centering pass in front, knocked off the stick, and a chance back the other way for the Zephyrs to start a rush the other way. Puck through neutralized back into the White Bear Lake end. Maddie Belisle. Belisle using the net as a screen. Loose puck gathered here by Abby Hansen. Hansen sent it once more to the opposite side corner, where it can be retrieved by Annika Norman. Norman battling for it, centering pass into the slot, one-time drive, saved by Marston with the pad. The arm of the official is up. Icing will be called. We'll have another face-off in the defensive end. 4:43 remaining here in the second period. 1-0 White Bear Lake leads. But a pretty good chance in the slot there. Nice wind and fire chance, just could not find its way home for Mahtomedi.
And once again, I didn't really see any Mahtomedi players in the slot there to follow up on that rebound. White Bear Lake's doing a great job of clearing those rebounds out when Martin does give them up, and not a lot of second chances. And if Mahtomedi wants to score, they're going to have to crash in that a little bit more.
Face-off won by White Bear Lake. I'd be curious to know what face-off stats have been here in this one. As working her way on in, Marston made another save there on a great individual effort by Rachel Fusi. Through center with speed, Ava Norman. Norman trying to battle for the puck, leaves it further down low for Talia Damsha. Moosbrugger will have to cut it behind her own goal line again. Moosbrugger testing those edges well in the corner with some great pressure provided by White Bear Lake's Grace Bailey. Near the blue line. We'll send it all the way through center into the attacking zone now on a chance here. Miller pass looking for Nelson, trying to get the backhand on it, but just fanned on the shot ever so slightly. Nelson taken into the corner by Amanda Smythe. The arm of the official is not up there. Miscommunication there. Held in nicely at the blue line by Sydney King. King working into the slot. Blocked off the stick that time of Annika Norman. Taken behind, centering pass again in front, flung down the length of the ice. Talia Dom shot will cause the icing that'll allow both teams to change. And another period in which White Bear Lake has spent some time in their defensive end.
Yeah, and they've spent a lot of time in their defensive end. Of course, it seemed like they were getting a little bit of a pushback there after killing those penalties, but it seems like Mahtomedi is taking the momentum back.
Mahtomedi 0 for 4 on the power play so far in this one. Bears yet to have a power play. And they've been particularly clean so far in this game. A season ago, the Mahtomedi Zephyrs in their contests did not get many penalties assessed against them, averaging just under 3 penalties per game a year ago. So they're not a heavily penalized team, very clean team for Bill Mauricio's squad. Shot through, Marston has to make a screen through the legs of Maddie Belisle. Daw out of her own defensive end, 3:01 remaining second period. Bears 1, Zephyrs 0. Daw shot through, save made by Galese. From the right side half wall, Kendall Rossler. As it's sent through, recovered here now by Aspen Tilgis. And the Zephyrs look to start the rush back the other way. Cross neutral ice, carried in now, Maddie McMahon. Tried a centering pass to the slot, instead recovered nicely by Gabby Hofeld the other way. Hofeld tries to play it off the boards, instead taken the other way, Kate Curran. Battling now here with the White Bear Lake bench. Curran will have to communicate with Tilgis to see who will get to it first for their respective side. Tilgis denied on the clearing attempt, and a nice play by Hosfield to start the puck back the other way. Galese will have to make the save. Madeline Lee back to the blue line. Wristed shot through, did not hit off the stick that time of Lila Beck. To the near side, Daw with a nice job to hold the line. Recovered here, Charlie Irvine for Mahtomedi on the near side. Looking to play all the way back to the corner where it's rung further now. Kate Curran trying to start the rush back. Lee with the stick lift. Lee looking to center. Lee working into the slot. Wristed shot through, missed to the left. On the second chance effort now, Lily Howard. Still behind the net, loose in the blue paint. Galese reaching for it, and she'll hold on for a draw.
White Bear Lake's starting to put on the pressure a little bit here towards the end of this period now.
You can almost feel that shift too, where Mahtomedi had the better of play at the end of the first period. It feels as though at the end of the second period here, White Bear Lake has certainly held that advantage and carried that advantage on the other side of the ice. But they too, like Mahtomedi, just haven't been able to put the puck in the net. The goaltenders, aside from the first hiccup from Galese, have been perfect.
Yeah, White Bear Lake hasn't had too many chances, especially here in the second period when they were in the penalty box for, it felt like half of it. So they're not going to get a lot of chances, but there seems like they're starting to put the pressure on now.
Into the slot, Ava Johnson. Tried a backhand there as the Bears bench looking for a penalty there. Charlie Irvine. At the end of a shift, will send it back down. It can be recovered here back by the captain, Annika Norman. Norman forced off the puck on a nice play combined by Abby Hansen and Rachel Fusi. Recovered by Norman. Trying to clear it out. That time was Talia Domshot. Instead loose as we've hit the 1 minute remaining in this second period. Here to the near side, Victoria Nelson. Going back to the blue line. Chance now. Nice wristed shot through. Blocked in the equipment. Couldn't find it that time was Amanda Smythe. Smythe across the red line. Try to go around the board. Big shoulder check delivered by Amanda Smythe. Play continues in the attacking zone. Still loose in the blue paint. Now we get a whistle.
It looks like Mahtomedi is going to get a penalty here. I wonder if she's going to go for interference. Amanda Smythe said no on that one.
Let's take a look at this. As the Zephyr number 9, Quinn Whitehead, will head to the penalty box. Perfect photography here. And right there, you can see Whitehead try to move to get in front of the way of Amanda Smythe. And Smythe, you know what? If they're not going to call it to you, lean the shoulder in a little bit. That's exactly what you should do. So White Bear Lake will get a chance on the power play. A year ago for the Bears, 12.9% of the power play. And the Zephyrs killed penalties 84.5% of the time. One shorthanded goal allowed last year for White Bear Lake. One shorthanded goal scored by Mahtomedi. In the defensive end, Maddie Belisle. Puck intercepted by the Zephyrs as they'll try for a shorthanded bid. Now 10 seconds remaining in the period. Back into the attacking zone. Celia Spence trying to shot on goal. And a save made by Galese. Spence strung it down. Hofeld centering pass looking for Daw, and at the horn, a great save by the 8th grader Caitlin Galese with an exclamation point on a very back and forth, a penalty filled but back and forth second period.
Yeah, it was a good second period by both teams there. White Bear Lake starting to push back a little bit more after taking on those little penalties early. It seems like they've calmed down and have started to find their game.
We are as we were after the first 17, after 2 periods of play. The White Bear Lake Bears lead the Mahtomedi Zephyrs 1-0 on the strength of Gabby Hofeld's goal, her first of the season. Here on your home for White Bear Lake and Mahtomedi girls hockey.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Hey guys, today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Give kisses. Give kisses. Look. Give kisses. Give kisses. You heard how loud that was.
I know,
I heard.
I heard. It wasn't you.
Yeah.
It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Bacon.
My biggest fear in the middle of my addiction was that I would never be able to get over it and that my kids wouldn't have a father. I overdosed on heroin and I lived. And I started thinking, you know what? This isn't my story. For the longest time, fear held me back from ultimately being who I wanted to. I found the fatherhood program and it was one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. My desire to change had finally outweighed my desire to stay the same. I felt powerless for so much of my life that it's important to me that my kids are empowered and truly believe that if they can think it, they can do it. I definitely had to become a better man to be a better father. For the first time, I finally feel like I'm exactly where I should be, where I want to be.
Meet Norm. He lives with anxiety, but with the help of this latest innovation from Be Normal, he can be normal, just like everyone else. With the swipe of a finger, you can project happiness, confidence, machismo. Why settle for being real when you can be normal? The Normal Maker, new from Be Normal. This item doesn't really work because there's no such thing as normal. We're all different. What we like, how our brains work. In fact, 1 in 5 of us live with mental illness. Don't filter who you are. Start by talking to someone you trust. And remember, there is no normal.
immigrated to America when I was 20 from a country called Uruguay. I have 2 careers. I'm in the Army Reserves, and I have a civilian career as an engineer. And I have 2 wonderful children. Every day is a challenge to make sure that the time that I have, I spend with them. It doesn't matter how tired you are, you have to be there. You have to be present for them. You have to try to teach them. When they learn something new and it just clicks in their brain, I just realized I could do this. And you can just see in their faces. It's such an incredible moment. It's those moments that are my favorite.
Opening night in the 21-22 season has favored the White Bear Lake Bears with a lead of 1-0 after the first 2 periods of play. With Allison Westhead, I'm Alex Westhead here from the White Bear Sports Center, the weight room from the White Bear Sports Center here on a Thursday evening. And Allison, as we'll move that here so we can say hello to my wife. Allison, as we've seen here, a good set of back and forth play between these 2 teams. They do seem to be evenly balanced, but that one Gabby Hofeld tally, the only difference so far in this one.
Yeah, both these teams definitely seem to be evenly balanced with each other. Some good back and forth. Of course, right now Mahtomedi has an edge in shots on goal and, of course, on power plays, which has definitely helped them along the way. But, yeah, Gabby Hofeld, that goal right away in the first minute of the period has been a difference maker so far.
And on your screen, the Gabby Hofeld tally. And for an 8th grade goaltender, Galezi has looked well. This was the lone blemish on her night so far. Just a garbage goal. Hofeld going right to the net, cleaning up the loose puck, and netting her first goal of the season. Leading the team in returners. She had 7 goals a season ago for White Bear Lake. And really, as far as chances have gone, that chance for White Bear Lake, that's the only real high-quality scoring threat that either team has really seen both times. Yes, the Zephyrs have had 4 power play chances so far tonight, but it felt as though that's been the only really dangerous scoring chance here in this one.
Yeah, most definitely. A lot of their shots from Mahtomedi has come from outside of the house, as they like to call it, that dangerous high chance area. And there really hasn't been a lot of follow-up from them for getting after those rebounds, and White Bear Lake's done a really great job of clearing out those rebounds for their goalie. On the flip side, on that White Bear Lake goal, there wasn't much that, that the Zephyr goalie could have probably done. She needed her defense to be in front of her to clear out those rebounds. She already made the first 2 initial saves on that, and then Hofeld was there to clean up the garbage.
While we have a chance, we want to say hello and thank you to our camera operators tonight. Kenny Ronan, Stephen Adams, and Chris Stoltzman doing wonderful work, as always, on the cameras here at White Bear Sports Center. And, of course, David Schuyler and Arlen Becker in the truck. The allegedly upcoming schedule for the White Bear Lake Bears. Coming up next, they'll be at Rogers, Roseville, Irondale, St. Anthony, Grand Rapids, Greenway, Hibbing, Chisholm, Mounds View, Forest Lake, Stillwater, East Ridge, Park of Cottage Grove, Osseo Park Center. The upcoming schedule for the White Bear Lake Bears. A lot of opponents in the Suburban East that will be difficult tests for White Bear Lake, but their non-conference should help them out. This is a good test to start the year for White Bear Lake.
Yeah, most definitely. This is a great test for them, of course, to come out right against, a conference rival here, and to hopefully, hang on to get this win.
On the other side, the Mahtomedi Zephyrs play a very tough conference schedule in the Metro East, but their non-conference sees them go to the far reaches of the state of Minnesota. Northern Tier, hosted by Cambridge Isanti. Rock Ridge, which is hosted in that case, I believe, by, I want to say, not Hibbing, but somewhere up in that area. Hibbing, Chisholm, Mount West Tonka, Chisago Lakes will be there for that one for Suburban Community Channels. At Hill Murray, Two Rivers, St. Paul, Hastings, South St. Paul, Hopkins Park, and North Tartan. The schedule through the holiday season for the Mahtomedi Zephyrs. And I was looking at that research today. Rock Ridge is a team I couldn't find in the high school league database, but I know there's a Rock Ridge High School up there in the Iron Range. I just couldn't tell you where it is.
You're asking the wrong person here. You're the history teacher and teach, Minnesota history, so I feel like you should be the one that should know this.
Well, there's that. Bears lead the Mahtomedi Zephyrs 1-0 with Allison Westhead. I'm Alex Westhead. We'll be back for the start of period number 3 in just a few moments here on your home for Bear and Zephyr hockey.
I got the opportunity to get her, there wasn't no choice. I told myself, I'm gonna take custody of my daughter. It's my baby. That's what we're supposed to do as men. Take care of our home, build a foundation, you know what I'm saying? Love, our money, she's my purpose. I'm here to walk with her, hold her hand until she can walk alone. Ain't nothing like being a father in this world.
Hey, boss. Okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
You sure?
I said I'm fine.
Since I was little, it was only like me and my parents.
You think you created family out of characters?
Yeah, of course.
I'm gonna take that, make it into a song.
Put me to bed, see you in the morning. With the frosted Superman, but it wasn't on it. And we lost it. In my head, in my head, in my head. Where you at? Where you at? On the way out. In my head, in my head, in my head.
Hey, son.
Hey, Pop.
You can talk to me.
It's been really, really hard for me.
On February 19, 2007, my Humvee was hit by a roadside bomb that was estimated to be about 700 pounds of explosives buried in the road. It's a miracle any of us survived, but I did lose 3 soldiers that day. I feel like I should have died on the battlefield, but I'm here. I feel like God's given me an opportunity to grow as an individual and have another lease on life. When you look at these scars, a lot of people sometimes just get wrapped up on the physical thing, but what about all those other dynamics? Mental issues, PTSD, TBI. The Coalition of Salute America's Heroes is the leading nonprofit that is helping veterans across this nation. Their focus is on the entire family because they're his or her support system. They've already saved countless lives and they can save countless more lives. We need your help.
Visit saluteheroes.org to learn more.
It was a different time when I served. I felt confident in the work I did.
But when I came home, I felt lost.
When I retired and had all this time on my hands, lots of bad memories came back.
Whatever you're dealing with, there's someone to help.
If you're going through a rough time or having suicidal thoughts, call the Veterans Crisis Line.
When times get dark, we can't see the help that's all around us. Let 211 be your guiding light for help with food, healthcare, and other resources.
211, how can I help you?
Call 211 or visit 211.org. 211, get connected, get help.
Teams are set and ready for the third period of play with the White Bear Lake Bears leading the Mahtomedi Zephyrs by a score of 1-0 with Allison. Well, I almost did it. With Allison Wested. I am Alex Wested. The lone goal from Gabby Hofeld on the first true rush into the attacking zone for White Bear Lake. The only difference maker so far in this one. White Bear Lake with a slight lead in shots on target, I believe.
Nope, Mahtomedi is up 17-15.
Up 17-15. That's why I married her. But the Zephyrs leading 17-15. It was 6-4 in shots on goal in favor of White Bear Lake. So the game opened up a little bit in that second period. The period of the long change certainly has to go for it. But for both of these teams, a puck here or there, this game's far from over, really, especially with how both teams have carried the pace of play over the course of the last 34 minutes.
Yeah, most definitely. Both these teams have a chance here to really put on the gas and put this game behind them, and take control. This could break open, like wide open either way. Of course, one thing to watch out for again is White Bear Lake with that shorter bench. Them only having 13 skaters and only 4 defensemen. That might be something that affects them later in this period.
White Bear Lake will continue their first power play of the game. Zephyrs 0 for 4 through the first 34 minutes of play. Puck recovered here as the Zephyrs will look to penalty kill. We saw extraordinary physicality on the last couple of periods here. We'll see if it continues here. Puck held in at the blue line before being knocked out off the stick of Rachel Fusi back through to center. Daw battling for it near her defensive zone blue line. Puck loose back in the Zephyr defensive end. Gathered up here by Moosebrugger. Moosebrugger to cut it to the near side. Battle for along the end boards where it can be still free here to the near side by Rachel Fusi. Intercepted on a good play and a great read by Celia Spence. Backhanded into the slot from a sharp angle. Big save by the 8th grader, Caitlin Galazi, to deny the White Bear Lake Bears on the power play.
Yeah, great save by Galazi there. I mean, she has definitely stood tall in this game. Like I said, the first goal, really you can't put too much on her because she had made the first 2 saves. She needed her defense to clear out that last rebound for her.
Puck through center. Gabby Hofeld. Try to lead Celia Spence into the attacking zone, all the way back through Hofeld. Able to get to it. Hofeld in the attacking zone, 13 seconds. Last entry into the zone as she was trying for the right side corner. Galazi did not have to make a play on it. To the blue line. Held in by Norman. Still loose near the top of the circle. Taken back the other way by the Zephyrs as they will briefly return to full strength. Now they are. Into the attacking zone, Victoria Nelson shot through Marston with a big pad save. Charlie Irvine off the bench. Deferred for Kate Curran. Curran over the attacking zone blue line. Curran lifted a shot on into the glove of Marston, who holds on. So not only has Caitlin Galazi had to make some strong saves, Maya Marston off the shot here in this third period has had to make some of her own.
Yeah, Maya Marston has definitely looked sharp throughout this entire game. She's looked very poised and has been able to control the rebounds and swallow up pucks when she's called upon.
Face off to the right of the goaltender Marston. Loose near the blue paint, recovered here by Norman. Behind the back play, able to get further from Maddie Belisle. Belisle off the end boards with a rush now into the attacking zone here. Amanda Smythe. Smythe from a sharp angle. Smythe working in, tried to get it past Galazi, was unable to do so. Near the near side half wall. As they'll battle for, puck held in here by White Bear Lake. They'll try to send it in. Now a counterattack chance for Abby Hansen on the response for Mahtomedi. Hansen spins around in the slot. Save made by Maya Marston, who holds on.
So far, a pretty fast period. Both these teams are trading chances up and down, back and forth. It's definitely been exciting so far.
Well, that's one of the things you certainly want to see, too, is that pace. You want to see that clean puck movement and not necessarily taking that time to move from zone to zone. At least in this early 2.5 minutes of this third period, we've seen it. Seen quick movement back both ways. To the near side. As White Bear Lake will look to try to carry a chance back into the attacking zone. Battle for near the attacking zone blue line. Great play made by Borgren. Trying to cut her way into the slot instead. Back out through to center where the Zephyrs will recover. Sydney King goes off the stick there on a nice read by Madeline Lee. Sent back into the defensive end. Trying to flip it back out that time was Moosebrugger. Still forechecking applied here by White Bear Lake. And Moosebrugger will look to skate it out through center. Here's Moosebrugger. Collided with her own player, Olivia Bankston. That allows the Bears to carry back through center. And offsides is called as both Bogren and Moosebrugger were still trying to work their way up from the collision.
That's always one of those frustrating and a little embarrassing plays when that happens to you. You expect your teammate to zig and they zag, and you both just end up running right into each other.
Face off at neutral ice on the icing. 13:50 remaining here in the third period. Zephyrs and Bears here for the only time this season. Their first meeting since 2019, which took us to overtime, as we'll have offsides coming there. The Zephyrs led that game by a score of 2-0 before 2 third-period goals by White Bear Lake, and the eventual overtime winner for the Bears gave them the victory that night back in November. This is the first non-conference game for White Bear Lake since 2019 as well, as the Suburban East Conference teams played just Suburban East Conference teams a year ago. Puck carried in. Dumped to the opposite side corner to the near side. As it can be controlled by Miller. Miller working her way out in front. Puck sent back to the half wall and back out. Kate Curran. Turn the puck over. It's gathered by Hofeld, who sends it off the end boards. Chance from a sharp angle. Marston has it out in front. Puck loose in the blue paint, but unable to get a second shot on it as we'll go back again off the end boards. Victoria Nelson. Send it back through center. As they'll try to get it back through center ice. Instead, it goes back near the red line as the Zephyrs start to carry the better possession here now. Down low, Gabby Hofeld first true it. Lowers the shoulder to take out her player that was providing pressure that way. Flung down the length of the ice. Karen Miller has iced the puck. Another face-off coming in the defensive zone for Mahtomedi.
That's probably Mahtomedi's best chance they've had all night. They had girls in the slot lined up and had some chances there on some rebounds.
Mahtomedi Zephyrs, our next broadcast of Zephyr Girls Hockey will be on November the 30th as the Zephyrs will take on Chisago Lakes at the St. Croix Valley Rec Center. Of course, they have links available for you, Suburban community channels and on YouTube. Puck loose in the blue paint. Big save by Galazi on the near side post. Smythe trying to look for the rebound. This puck will go all the way down the length of the ice. The arm is up of icing again, and we'll get another face-off back in the other end. One of the advantages, though, of being in the broadcast position that we are is we can see the goaltender right in front of us. That was a pretty strong save made by Caitlin Galazi on that crash to the net by the White Bear Lake Bears.
Yeah, I definitely need a little bit, go on my tippy toes a little bit with this wall here, but it is a nice view to have once I am able to lean forward and actually see it.
To the corner. Backhanded out as Mahtomedi will try to clear the defensive end. Abby Hansen. Hansen trying to cut around Daw. Daw played well defensively for White Bear Lake. Backhanded on in. Charlie Irvine. Irvine over the blue line, working into the slot. Hit the side of the end boards. Was unable to get a shot on target there. On the counter. Back the other way for White Bear Lake. Pass was looking intended for Lily Howard. Intercepted by Quinn Whitehead. Whitehead bothered at the White Bear Lake bench. It can be reset here by Ava Johnson for the Bears. Johnson through center. Pass further ahead, was looking in for Madeline Lee. Lee applies a forecheck before it's taken away by Quinn Whitehead, one of the seniors for the Mahtomedi Zephyrs. Just 4 seniors on the Zephyr hockey roster this season. Youth, the story for both of the teams here on the ice tonight. Center pass in front, she scores! She had no intent of doing that. Madeline Lee will get on the scoreboard as the puck just rattled off the inside part of the skate, off the goaltender Galazi and in for the goal.
I have no idea how that went in. That's a tough goal to kind of give up, especially here in the third period, almost to the halfway point. Here she comes around and just throws it. Yep, just hit the inside of her skate and in. One of those tough goals to give up, but that's why you always put the puck on the net, because good things can happen.
So Madeline Lee with the second goal coming at the 5:32 mark here of this third period, and that gives White Bear Lake the 2-0 lead, and that, if you're the Mahtomedi Zephyrs, it's got to be a deflating goal, especially when it goes in like that.
Yeah, most definitely it is a deflating goal, but it's one of those things that you look then towards your 4 seniors, your 4 leaders, and you look to them to pick you up and keep the pressure on and keep going.
It's not how she scripted it by any means, but Madeline Lee, with her first varsity goal for White Bear Lake, as the Bears now take the 2-0 lead. Puck held in through center. Annika Norman. Turn the puck over. Moosbrugger will send it back in as the Bears try to change their lines. Able to avoid the too many players penalty. It can be taken back through center. A nice play by Karen Miller. Battled for Lexi Jensen. Jensen at neutral ice as the Zephyrs try to gain the attacking zone. Puck taken here by Daw. Daw on a break into the attacking zone. Daw from a sharp angle tried to go high and hit off the top of the crossbar. Held in here near the blue line. Battle for in the skates. Hofeld uses the body. A loose puck gathered here by Celia Spence. Spence shot through save. Galazi, who holds on for a face-off. 10:02 remaining here in the period. Shots on goal favor the Zephyrs 22-17. And Mahtomedi trails the White Bear Lake Bears by a score of 2-0.
You know, outside of those 2 goals or that one little fluky goal there, Galazi has looked really good tonight. And once again, she's just an 8th grader, so she's got a really bright future ahead of her here in high school hockey.
As there's a shot off the dangler on the face mask of the goaltender Galazi. Wristed shot through and a nice block chance here now the other way for Mahtomedi. Victoria Nelson. Nelson working her way into the slot past Marston. Big save, but a penalty coming here to the Mahtomedi Zephyrs. As this penalty will be assessed against Lila Beck defensively for White Bear Lake, and it'll give the Zephyrs their 5th chance on the power play tonight.
Yeah, if you're the Zephyrs, I mean, you have to capitalize here on your 5th power play, your 5th chance of the night, down 2-0 with 9 minutes left in the 3rd period.
Time of the penalty will be 7:19 of the 3rd. Lila Beck, 2 minutes for tripping. I got to get practice for high school hockey season. Got to remember how that timing works. Face off to the left of the goaltender Marston, the 5th power play chance of the game in favor of the Mahtomedi Zephyrs. They have plenty of shots, but no goals. Tied up in the corner. Battled for, sent back out. Good job by Whitehead to hold it at the blue line. Sent back across the zone. This can be held in further. Wristed shot through traffic, unable to hit cleanly. Haley Daw sent it back out and down the length of the ice where Galazi will stop it. Going back to your point earlier, Galazi, the goals that have been given up, neither of those are her fault. You could argue on the one she should have been holding the post a little bit more, but otherwise neither of the goals have been her fault. She's played really good hockey for an 8th grade goaltender.
Yeah, she's looked really poised in net. You know, it doesn't seem like that either of these goals have really shaken her up either. When she comes out, makes the next save, and does her job well, she's going to have, like I said, a really good high school hockey career.
Shot on from the red line is saved by the goaltender Maya Marston a year ago. In the shortened COVID-19 season, White Bear Lake goaltenders surrendered 0 goals, a total of 1 time. The Bears themselves did not score goals 8 times. So regardless of how the rest of the contest goes, a trend in the right direction for White Bear Lake this season. Now a chance off the skate of Sydney King will be carried here in the defensive end. King try to go into the skates of Bankston. Bankston able to get to it on the far side corner. 35 seconds remaining on the power play time to Mahtomedi. It's gotten to and cleared out of the zone as sticks collided. Talia Domshot with another nice play. We're going to have a whistle though, and that should even it up at 4-on-4.
Yeah, Mahtomedi, I think they were pressing a little bit there too much. There on the power play, they knew they were down 2-0 and maybe gripping their sticks a little bit tight, forcing the puck in some areas that maybe wasn't the smartest or the play that they could have made. And now here we go, all even up 4-on-4.
Riley Bogren, 2 minutes for slashing. Time of the penalty, 8 minutes, 51 seconds of the 3rd period. Face off to the left of Caitlin Galazi. As will be Fusi. And Lee on the draw. Lee, the latest goal scorer for White Bear Lake. Hofeld the first within the first 2 minutes of the 1st period. So we've gotten to our 2-0 score. Delayed offsides call. As it'll be 18 seconds now of 4-on-4 before White Bear Lake with their 2nd chance on the power play of the evening. Big body collision there once more. And slow to get up behind the play is a member of the Zephyrs. But as a gamer will do, she's back in the play. Sent back down, Annika Norman. As the Bears return to full strength, now power play time for White Bear Lake. 1:25 remaining on it. Norman sent down the length of the ice, trying to spring Ava Johnson to the attacking zone. Johnson lost it there on a good closeout, delivered by Abby Hansen. Here on the near side, loose puck. Norman Johnson tried a centering pass in front, was unable to connect. Back the other way, loose in the blue paint and collided for it. We're going to get another penalty coming here. And White Bear Lake will have a 5-on-3 of their own. Centering pass in front, top of the key, drive, score! Maddie Belisle, power play goal for the Bears, and they'll have another 2 minutes coming.
Another great goal there. White Bear Lake did a great job of keeping the pressure on on that delayed call. Put it up to the top, got some traffic in front, and she just ripped it home.
The goal coming at the 9:56 mark with the first penalty expiring. That'll give the White Bear Lake Bears another 2 minutes of power play time. So White Bear Lake officially now 1 for 2 on the power play. This will be their 3rd crack at it here. Full 2 minutes now. White Bear Lake leads 3-0, 7:04 remaining as the conversation happening as far as how it is supposed to work. The two officials there, we'll see them at the Vanna Sports Center, TCO Sports Garden, in just a few weeks. Very common officials in the high school hockey league.
I was just going to say, I feel like I recognize them.
It's amazing. As the voice of White Bear Lake boys hockey, Allison is the clock operator for them. It's amazing how you start to recognize these officials over the years and their contributions to the game, not necessarily playing, but their role in helping the game grow, keeping the game safe and enforcing the rules. They're also pretty good people on the ice too. Dahl looking to carry the puck in as the Bears continue the power play time. Shot on Galazi, kicks out a big rebound, unable to get it cleanly as two Bears had collided for it. Hofeld hold the puck in, it'll go off the end boards. All the way back, Hofeld at the blue line, tries to send it back in, hit off the stick to the corner there of Celia Spence. Madeline Lee, turn it over, Charlie Irvine. Irvine will send it down the length of the ice, and the Zephyrs can get a line change in here. 1:15 remaining on the power play time. 6:16 remaining here in the third period. Hofeld trying to pass further up ahead on sides that time. Talia Dom shot, but instead taken back the other way by Haley Moosbrugger. Moosbrugger bothered, and it's at neutral ice where it can be restored here for the Mahtomedi Zephyrs. Moosbrugger looking for a short-handed bid. Moosbrugger trying to carry the puck behind the net. It's reset here once more by White Bear Lake. Held in nicely by the captain, Karen Miller. Miller with a shot blocked off of a stick in front, high over the glass. And then we'll have a whistle. Face off to the left of Maya Marston. Upcoming 43 seconds remaining in the power play time. 5:47 remaining in this period. We are in the awkward part of the year where just one sport ongoing, that girls hockey. Certainly more sports to be added, of course. Boys hockey starting just after Thanksgiving. White Bear Lake will open at home against Duluth East on Black Friday. And basketball, of course, is starting the first week of December. Lots of sports to come here on Suburban Community Channels this winter. We're certainly grateful for every time that you choose to join us. Fusi. Across the attacking zone, blue line, puck taken away on a nice play made by Norman. Battled for it, but still held in by Mahtomedi at the attacking zone line. Belisle. Norman at the blue line. Further up ahead for Dom, shot back into the defensive end, and the arm is up. Icing is called as the Bears will ice it on the power play. 4 seconds remaining on power play time. 5:08 here in the third. And so far for White Bear Lake, compared to the results a season ago, White Bear Lake has to be happy with the effort tonight.
Yeah, most definitely. It's always great to come out first game of the season with a win, especially a strong win. You know, right now they're up 3-0, so anything can still happen in the last 5 minutes of this game. So you never know, but this has to be feeling pretty good right now.
On the opposite side for the Mahtomedi Zephyrs, a younger roster than that which you're used to, and which has been seen in years past. You started an 8th grade goaltender for her first start ever at the varsity level, and to give up really 3 goals that weren't necessarily her fault by any means. Still, the effort there for Mahtomedi certainly has been there tonight. They carry the pace of play, and they should be in a good shape for the rest of the season too.
Yeah, most definitely. They've had some stuff where they can clean up with just making sure they clear out players in front of their goalie. And of course, when there's that fluky little goal, it's a little bit deflating there. But otherwise, they've looked good tonight. They've had their chances. They definitely probably need to work on a little bit of their power play though.
Caitlin Galazi, again, showing why Zephyr fans should hold faithful with a nice save by Elena Hosfeld. Our next SEC hockey broadcast will be on November the 23rd with North Tartan taking on Visitation. Hofeld, shot from the slot, and another nice play here made by Galazi. Puck controlled and sent around by Celia Spence. Hofeld forces a turnover, shot from a sharp angle on, made by Lily Howard. Another strong save made by Galazi. And next SEC hockey broadcast will be North Tartan against Visitation. Jeff Disher will make the return to Suburban Community Channel land to make the call of that one. Shot from a sharp angle. Stick save made by Marson. Loose in the slot as the Bears try to carry it back the other way. Maddie Belisle. Belisle through neutral. Nice pass out in front. Try to connect with Lily Howard. Howard taken to the corner. Puck can be battled for here now as they'll try to loose it on the near side wall. Bogren further up ahead, loose in the slot, but recovered nicely by Victoria Nelson. Nelson backhanded further ahead, was looking for Karen Miller. Puck recovered now. Talia Damshan. Damshan goes over the top of the forward for Mahtomedi, Karen Miller. To the near side half wall. Lily Howard. Nelson takes the puck back the other way. Victoria Nelson working her way to the slot. And another save made by Marston. This puck will be flung down the length of the ice off the stick of Lily Howard. Icing is called. 3:32 remaining in the third period. Bears lead 3-0.
Like that, I still see I'm seeing some fight here out of Mahtomedi. It's really easy at this point when you're down 3-0 with 3 minutes left in the game to give up and just kind of start thinking forward, thinking ahead to the next game. But I like that I'm still seeing some fight out of them and still trying to get their chances and maybe tie this thing up.
That next game on the schedule for Mahtomedi, Northern Tier, Cambridge Isanti, and regional schools around that, a part of the Northern Tier team. Then at Rockridge, at Hibbing Chisholm. The next three, Marston gives up a goal, and the Zephyrs are able to put one and break the shutout bid for Maya Marston.
And just like that, I mean, they're right back in this game. They still have 3 minutes left to get 2 goals here. They can get, a couple quick ones, and you never know what's going to happen.
Sydney King leading the line through for the Mahtomedi Zephyrs. Quinn Whitehead in the area, but either way, the Zephyrs able to break the shutout bid, and that's just a perfect tip out in front by Sydney King.
Yeah, Marston had no chance on a tip like that.
So Sydney King gets her first goal of the season. That'll make it a 3-1 hockey game. And Marston's bid for the shutout denied by Mahtomedi. Near the Zephyr bench. Puck further ahead, intercepted here by Lila Beck. Backhanded into the Mahtomedi defensive end, where it can be stopped here by Galazi. Quinn Whitehead, who's got the assist on the Sydney King goal. Whitehead tying it up near the half wall. We were listening there for the assists on the goal. It is going to be Sydney King from Whitehead. As taken down on that play, the arm is up. The whistle will blow as Elena Hosfeld was taken out of the play with a tripping call. So another chance on the power play for White Bear Lake. 1 for 3 on the power play are the Bears.
It's definitely a penalty you want to take this late in the game when your team's trying to fight back. You're down 3-1. You have 2 minutes, 41 seconds left. Definitely an undisciplined penalty to take.
So the face-off to the left of Galazi, as it'll be Lexi Jensen in the penalty box. 2 minutes for tripping. Time of the penalty as the clock started a little early there, as it'll be a 14-19 penalty assessed to Jensen. Near the half wall. Loose, working her way to the slot. Dahl with a big shot and another strong save made by Galazi. Mahtomedi looking to start the rush back the other way. Usi. Back through center on the counterattack. Gabby Hofeld. Hofeld working her way in. Loose, and the net is off. The whistle will blow, and we'll face off back the other way. And you admire the sense of humor of Ava Johnson of trying to quickly put that net back on the mooring to keep the play going in the attacking zone. So face-off coming here. 120 on the power play. 2:09 remaining here in the third period. White Bear Lake 3. And the Mahtomedi Zephyrs 1. You can find us on Twitter. You can find my wife Allison on Twitter, AWestad19. You can find me on Twitter at AlexWestad. Suburban Community Channels, you can find us at SCC TV, SCC TV Sports, and at Facebook and Instagram by those same names. Back of the defensive end, Maddie Belisle. Belisle looking to reset. Who had the drive on the power play goal, the last goal for White Bear Lake. Working her way on in. Smythe cuts to the net. Big save again by Caitlin Galazi. On the backhand, Charlie Irvine keeps the play alive. 1:39 remaining now. Miller off the half wall, cuts it back. Miller pass was looking for Charlie Irvine back out of the defensive zone. Recovered back the other way, Annika Norman. Norman on the backhand. Looking to spring Celia Spence. Spence on that left side wing. Celia Spence working her way on in, trying to cut back in front of the net. Try to send her pass in front. Big save again by Galazi. No, they score. Followed up second chance effort by Lily Howard. And the Bears end the night for Mahtomedi with their second power play goal of the game.
Yeah, definitely another one of those goals where, Galazi, she made, handful of saves there, and, her defense just wasn't there to clear out the puck for her, and White Bear Lake pounced on those chances and just were relentless on those rebounds.
Well, it starts with the entry. Great entry into the zone, perfect centering pass, and then just keep hammering away. And you saw the stick of Madeline Lee, who has a goal tonight, and then Lily Howard, the final stick on it that pushed it into the net and has given the White Bear Lake Bears the 4-1 lead. Time of the goal coming 15:47 of the third period. And Galazi, they tell goaltenders, make the first save. Your team will help you with the second and the third. She made the first save that time.
And the second and the third.
So Galazi doing everything that she can, certainly, to do it. As a puck will leak its way back through center. Inside a minute now to go here for White Bear Lake. This will be win number 1 on the season, their first non-conference win since 1920. I had to remind myself of the year. It's been that long. Caitlin Galazi will come on out to freeze the puck. 40 seconds remaining. Not to say that it's been long since White Bear Lake has won a game. It's just been so long since the Suburban East has played non-conference opponents. And that's certainly too on both sides of the ice, the men's and women's. The non-conference schedule certainly welcome for both of these teams, and the travel opportunities that these teams have had, these teams get, that bonding that you had when you played for St. Cloud Icebreakers.
Yeah, most definitely. Those road trips are always a fun bonding experience, bonding time with your teammates, especially if you can do those longer trips. You get to stay in hotels. Like we went up to Roseau and War Road, and that was always a fun trip every year.
Back through neutral. Great stick lifting there by Karen Miller to force a turnover. Instead, it leaks back through center at the red line. Pass onto the far side wing. Further for Talia Damsha. Working their way in under the zone. 10 seconds remaining and unable to hold that one in. Waved off by the linesman. It'll go all the way back into the White Bear Lake end. First to the puck, Lila Beck. Clock will wind. Zeros are set. And that'll do it. As the White Bear Lake Bears come out in a good back and forth affair, but just those subtle little things made the difference for White Bear Lake as they skate away with a 4-1 victory over the Mahtomedi Zephyrs tonight. And for both of these teams, those little plays here or there is going to make such a big difference for these teams as they go the rest of the way.
Yeah, most definitely. Those are definitely teachable things that can be easily corrected. It's the first game of the season, so both teams are trying to get into the groove of this. And once again, they're young. Both teams are very young teams. They have a lot of young skaters with them, and so they're only going to get better in the future.
And for White Bear Lake, they'll improve to a record of 4-0, exceeding in this first game their scoring output on average a year ago. The offense was flying, and it was that net front drive that worked so well for White Bear Lake, where the goaltender Galazi was making the first and second saves, but then they needed that extra body in there in the slot to find that third and fourth chance to be able to score goals. And they did a great job of maintaining that pressure in the attacking zone all night.
Yeah, most definitely. They were definitely not afraid to drive towards the net, put pucks on net, and start getting those second, third, and fourth chances, and which they capitalized on tonight.
And on the other side for the Mahtomedi Zephyrs, in a losing effort, you certainly want to see fight, you want to see grit, you want to see that positive things to grow on. Your 8th grade goaltender Galazi made the saves she had to make. And there's certainly a lot of things that this Mahtomedi Zephyr team can grow with and can continue to succeed with. There's a lot of potential here this season for Mahtomedi.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, once again, they're a young team. They just need to, drive the net a little bit more, get on those second and third chances, and of course, clear out those second and third chances in front of their goaltender, and they'll be successful.
As always, we want to thank our camera operators tonight, Kenny Ronan, Stephen Adams, Chris Stotzman, and for the folks in the truck, David Schuyler and Arlen Becker. For my wife, Allison Wested, I'm Alex Wested. Once again, the final score tonight here from White Bear Sports Center. The Bears 4 and the Zephyrs 1 here on your home for White Bear Lake and Mahtomedi hockey.